The big plan for this spring had been to go down to South by Southwest, which is a big music, film, and tech conference down in Austin, Texas.
Right now would have been the halfway point through a 6-week tour that we had planned, all the way out to the West Coast and back.
We've got an album in the works with Noah and the Flood that's on hold because I can't even, for the tracks we've already recorded, I can't even get together with the guys to do vocals and things like that.
Our first show was in Muncie, Indiana on March 12th. And we actually drove out all the way to Muncie, Indiana, played one show, and then drove all the way back home and canceled the rest of the 6-week tour.
I've lost about a third or so of my income.
It's a significant portion of our income.
That's 100% of my income.
One thing we've been doing to try to supplement it is actually, tonight in a few hours, we're doing a live streaming concert right from our home.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us in our little magic room. This is our office space.
We auctioned the painting off from that, and they're mailing it to people, and we've done that 3 times now. This will be the 4th show, I believe, and they have been pretty great, and we've been able to kind of, make at least enough for groceries every week.
I've been doing once or twice a week, and I've been mostly taking cover requests, although I have one in the works where I'm going to play my whole first album front to back on the stream. Tomorrow's all we got, past just brings up sorrow. I've been doing it I've got a desk set up downstairs, and so I've just been kind of placing my computer on the desk and doing it here. I was there alone, right?
No, it's incredibly weird.
Like thinking that later, if someone's starting these videos to watch them, it's a really bad opening with just us figuring ourselves out.
It's definitely very different to talk to an inanimate object, knowing that there's an audience behind it, rather than having the exchange of energy that you have when you're actually talking with people.
Exactly the same.
I think it's interesting that I basically have a built-in popularity meter for whatever song I'm playing, because I can see how many people are watching, and I'll notice, for instance, when I start playing that Eagles cover, that number might drop.
And I think for every performer in any medium, whether it's theater or music or what, if you're on stage in front of an audience, the audience is just as important to that performance as the actual performer is.
Very much.
I much prefer talking with people. I would way rather be in a room, hanging out with people that are able to, ask questions or laugh or clap.
Not that I crave I do crave it, but not that I demand clapping for everything I do. But there are certain social norms which, even if someone performs a bad song at a place, everyone still claps because that's just the norm, And so to finish a song and then just hear nothing, and then you just look at a camera and be like, okay, well, here's the next song.
During this next song, and perhaps the one afterwards, I encourage you all to comment.
When people are in the comments and making requests and talking back and forth to each other, that helps. That gives me some sensation that I have an audience and they're paying attention. But it's still not the same thing as having real people in front of you having applause.
The closest thing, though, is right at the bottom of the screen, right around here. There's a bunch of hearts and the bubbles, and every form of streaming kind of has it, where little people hit the like button or whatever, and a whole bunch of little bubbles and hearts and stuff go up, and usually after a song, a bunch of people hit that, and you can see this kind of, I don't know, digital fireworks of bubbles and hearts go up, and that's the closest thing. I just imagine that has some sort of applause sound to it.
I think that this has illustrated how much people care about and rely on the arts. I mean, that's, in this whole experience, that's what people are turning to. People are watching their favorite movies and listening to music and, doing art. To me, that was just kind of reassurance that I'm doing something that matters and that will continue to matter no matter what happens.
Everybody's hurting, and so everybody is sort of helping each other out here, whether it's going and doing grocery runs or whether it's, contributing to people's Venmos if they're performing streaming shows online.
There's a lot of things that I think as kind of starving artists that you learn while surviving that are going to be really useful in these times, in terms of just stretching out like money and stuff. But at the same time, it's just, I wonder when things start happening again, if it's going to be real easy to get gigs just because so many people are this killed their careers. You know what I mean? Or the other side of it might happen is that once we're all done with all the self-quarantining stuff, everybody might be like, I got to get out of the house. And there will be a huge boom in terms of live performances.
I'm going to be interested to see in about 6 months when all these albums come out and everybody's got their Corona songs on them.